While most 19-year-olds are debating which college major will land them a $60,000 salary, Barron Trump just made $192 million in exactly 2 hours. This isn't a conspiracy theory, it's a data point etched into the public blockchain for eternity. On a Friday in October 2025, a mysterious, brand-new crypto wallet appeared on the Hyperliquid exchange. It placed a massive 50 times leveraged short against Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just 30 minutes later, President Trump sent a tweet that nuked the global economy. A 100% China tariff announcement that wiped out $19 billion in market value in seconds. As the world panicked, that one wallet bought the bottom and cashed out a fortune. Today, we follow the digital breadcrumbs of the youngest billionaire and the new era of access capitalism. We're looking at how the Trump family crypto czar is on a fast track to becoming a financial titan before his first semester at NYU is even over. If you've followed this channel, you know I don't care about the politics. I care about the money. When the inner circle makes a $200 million move, the outer circle, that's you and me, usually ends up being the exit liquidity. For those of us building a legacy and trying to beat inflation, watching a teenager amass a 9-figure fortune while we're still balancing our Roth IRAs is frustrating. But here's the secret. In 2026, the market doesn't follow logic, it follows signals. I'm the Asian girl, and today we're stripping away the first sun label to look at the math, the minerals, and the market traps you must avoid when the whales start feeding. Grab your coffee or your water, and let's get into the receipts. Let's look at the hidden receipt from the October 10th Black Friday crash. The crypto market was steady, hovering near $110,000 for Bitcoin. Suddenly, a wallet with zero history deposits millions in collateral. It opens a short position. Now, for the non-traders, a short is simply a bet that the price will go down. But this wasn't just any short, it was 50 times leverage. At that level, a 2% move in the wrong direction wipes you out completely. Exactly 30 minutes later, the trade bazooka fires. Trump's Truth Social post about Chinese tariffs sends the Dow and BTC into a freefall. The market liquidates 1.6 million traders in 24 hours. But our mystery trader? They pocketed $192 million. Now, a Chinese investor named Garrett Jin tried to take the hit for this, claiming it was his trade based on technical analysis. But let's be real. Nobody bets $200 million on a technical chart 30 minutes before a presidential decree unless they have the information advantage. Let's break down the math because the numbers don't lie. To make $192 million on an 8% market drop with 50 times leverage, you are effectively controlling $2.4 billion worth of Bitcoin with only a fraction of that in collateral. If you or I tried this, our brokerage would call us insane. But when you have the signal, risk is just a word. Think about the ROI here. In the time it takes to watch a movie, this wallet achieved a return that would take the S&P 500 30 years to match. We aren't talking about investing anymore, we are talking about front-running history. Barron isn't just a trader, he's an owner. Forbes now estimates Barron's personal net worth at $150 million, making him richer than his mother, Melania. Most of that comes from his 10% stake in World Liberty Financial, WLFI. This isn't a tech company, it's a regulatory monopoly. Consider the Justin Sun connection. Sun, the founder of Tron, was under heavy SEC fire. Shortly after Trump took office in 2025, Sun invested $75 million into Barron's project and became an advisor. Suddenly, the SEC backed off. This is access capitalism. You don't buy tokens for the tech, you buy them for the favor. Barron is the bridge, the Web3 ambassador who reportedly orange-pilled his father, turning the U.S. government into a crypto-friendly fortress. In September 2024, Barron made waves by choosing NYU's Stern School of Business. While NYU is prestigious, the timing is what matters. Stern is located just a few miles from Wall Street, but by 2025, the narrative shifted. Reports surfaced that Barron was attending classes at NYU's Washington campus, right near the White House. This is a massive detail. NYU DC is an experiential learning hub. Imagine the optics. 1 hour he's in a financial ethics lecture hall, and the next he's in a closed-door briefing about national trade policy. He isn't just a student, he is a state-level market participant. His educational journey has become a $99,000 a year front-row seat to the intersection of Wall Street and the West Wing. He is learning how to move the levers of the world while he's still technically a sophomore. Let's expand on the mechanics of the Alt-5 Sigma deal. In late 2025, Alt-5 Sigma, a fintech company with massive institutional reach, announced a $750 million strategy to use World Liberty's USD $1 stablecoin. This deal effectively turned a private stablecoin into a public infrastructure. Why would a NASDAQ-listed company like Alts pivot its entire treasury to a Trump-backed coin? Because in 2026, companies are treating these assets like political insurance. If you use the family's coin, you're in the inner circle for government contracts and cross-border payment approvals. This is why USD1 hit a $3 billion market cap almost overnight. Barron is the custodian of the information vault, and your portfolio is the collateral. President Trump famously told reporters, "Barron knows so much about this, he's got 4 wallets or something." For a serious investor, that sentence is chilling. Why? Because 4 wallets allow for layering. You can move funds from a public wallet to a private one, then to a burner, then to an exchange. It makes wash trading, creating fake volume to pump your own token, invisible. If Barron is the mind behind the family's crypto reserve policy, he isn't just predicting the news, he is the news. On-chain analysts have tracked 0x addresses that buy official Trump tokens minutes before they are announced on stage. While he's sitting in class, he is essentially running a state-level hedge fund from his laptop. We need to talk about the USD$1 stablecoin. This is Barron's crown jewel. It's backed by U.S. Treasuries, which sounds safe, but World Liberty Trust recently applied for a national banking license. If they get it, they aren't just a crypto project. They are a bank with the first son as a co-founder. Imagine the conflict. The government issues the debt, and the president's son's company profits from the interest on that debt. This is why Abu Dhabi's MGX injected $2 billion into the project. They aren't betting on Barron's coding skills, they're betting on the proximity to power. For you, this means safe haven assets like Bitcoin or gold are now being institutionalized by the very people who regulate them. Barron is currently estimated at $150 million, but the locked tokens are the real story. Forbes reports that Barron holds billions in WLFI tokens that are currently restricted. If a community vote, which the family controls, unlocks them, his net worth jumps by $525 million instantly. At 19, he is on a trajectory to surpass Ivanka, Eric, and Don Jr. combined. He is building a shadow treasury that operates 24/7 on the blockchain, away from the traditional eyes of the SEC or the IRS. While his father descended the golden escalator, Barron is ascending the digital one, and he's doing it with a 50 times leverage. You're probably asking, okay, Barron is rich, but how do I make money from this? The wealth gap in 2026 is an information gap. While the news argues about the ethics of a 19-year-old making $192 million, the smart money is watching Barron's ventures. The strategy. You have to stop being a passive index fund investor. In a world where policy is the trade bazooka, you need to follow unusual whales on X and Telegram. If a $100 million short position is opened on hyperliquid 30 minutes before a 4 p.m. speech, do not buy the dip. Get out of the way. Stop looking at the PE ratio and start looking at the PA ratio, the proximity to authority. Some call it the art of the deal. Others call it a rigged game. Regardless of your stance, the result is the same. The rules of wealth have been rewritten for 2026. Barron is on track to be the youngest billionaire not by building a better iPhone, but by being the custodian of the information. This is modern feudalism. The closer you are to the king, the more gold you get. The strategy for your long term. Don't wait for fairness to return to the market. It's not coming. Focus on liquidity. Keep 20% of your portfolio in high-response assets, gold, BTC, so when the next Barron short happens, you have the cash to pivot. You are your own central bank now. Let's be very clear about what we are witnessing. In the 80s, wealth was about oil. In the 2000s, it was about software. In 2026, wealth is about access. Barron Trump is the first digital native to sit in the White House. He understands that a single tweet can do more for a portfolio than 10 years of diligent saving. Whether you like the family or not, you cannot ignore the efficiency of the machine they've built. They've managed to turn the most regulated industry in the world, finance, into a family business. And for the 50-plus crowd watching this is why your traditional financial advisor might be struggling to explain why the markets are behaving this way. They are playing by the old rules. Barron is writing the new ones. Here is your 2026 Insider Playbook. First, audit your DeFi exposure. If you're in projects that compete with world liberty, understand you are fighting the White House. Second, follow unusual whales on X. When you see a massive short placed 30 minutes before a major speech, do not diamond hand your way into poverty. Get out. Third, stay liquid. Barron can move $1 billion because he has instant access. You need to ensure your emergency fund is in a money market fund, not a 3-day hold savings account. In an insider market, speed is the only thing that saves you from being exit liquidity for a 19-year-old billionaire. Your goal isn't to be Barron. Your goal is to not be the person paying for his next $192 million win. Barron Trump's $192 million payday isn't just a news story, it's a warning. The wealth gap is becoming an information gap. I'm the Asian girl, bringing clarity to the decisions quietly shaping your money. Remember, we aren't just looking at a teenager's bank account, we're looking at the blueprints for the next era of American wealth. Don't get distracted by the drama. Focus on the signals. Knowledge is cheap, panic is expensive, and while the world argues over ethics, the smart money is already moving into the next Trump trade. Stay informed, stay ahead, and I'll see you in the next one. And seriously, drink some water. You've earned it. Click here to watch another video. YouTube picked it out for you based on what you like watching.